Hello everybody, and welcome back to Clearblock Productions, and welcome to the first installment of Railfanning the full Pledgerock division. We start out about 35 minutes north of downtown Gregsville in the small rural community of Pradersville. We hear on the scanner as CSX E320 clears the defect detector about a mile south of these ABS signals. CM44 7373 leads the train in Notch 8 towards the Coyote Plateau. Four big 6-axle General Electric locomotives lead the empty coal drag under full power. Track speed around here is 60 to 65 through this section of the Pledgerock subdivision. The DPUs slip into the woods to the north. Here in Pradersville, the ex-L&N USNS R-2 signals still stand. To our south leads straight into Gregsville, Tennessee, while to our north leads to the Coyote Plateau, a famous and mountainous stretch of Kentucky trackage being the old gateway to Ohio. The gates activate as CM44 7578 leads M541 as solo power on the head end. M541 is daily as-needed traffic from Trenton'sburg Yard to Gregsville Yard. Through farm fields and plains, over the treacherous Coyote Plateau, and track speed through more plains and farm fields before getting to Gregsville. Most of the Pledgerock subdivision is single track, with sightings all along the way. A perfect line for chasing trains. We watch as the mid-train DPU thunders by, a CSX ET44AH, number 3323. M541, as stated before, is daily as-needed general goods traffic from Trenton'sburg Yard to Gregsville Yard. Ethanol and crude oil, finished and raw paper products, finished automotive, assorted grain, scrap metal and metal products, and assorted building materials for the ever-expanding Gregsville Metro can all be seen in tow on M541. The next day we head back out to Pradersville to see what else we can catch before heading north to look at different spots. An overcast sky seems to almost bleach out most of the color from the shot, but we push on anyways. A green signal tells of a southbound destined for Gregsville. A fully loaded coal drag fresh out of the mining region of southeastern Kentucky. CSX E311 rumbles towards us, led by CSX ES44AH number 686 and trailed fourth out by CSX Heritage Unit number 1852, the Western Maryland unit. A nice surprise on this cloudy day. CSX E311 rumbles by in Notch 8, a true company coal train. CSX 120-ton rated aluminum Bethgons make up the train, as E311 makes its way south, eventually bound for the Roseburg power plant just south of Rose Yard. We hear the rumble of the N-train DPUs in the distance. An early model CSX ES44AH and an SD70 rebuild thunder by as the train disappears into the rolling hills. We head due north before stumbling upon the first sighting north of Gregsville. We set up at the south end of Pine Creek Sighting, milepost 15.3. The scanner lights up as CSX M502 calls the signal distant to our location, and what a lash-up this train had. Led by CSX AC4400 CW number 5109, and trailed by two YN2 AC44s and two C40-8s, this train had plenty of classic CSX power as it knocks down south end Pine Creek. CSX thankfully continues to use a plethora of older power in Gregsville and on its connecting lines, such as the Quinton to Erin line, which takes a northwestern path out of downtown Gregsville. Other lines out of Gregsville include the Badger River subdivision, which stretches to the northeast, the Gregsville sub straight south, and the Pledgerock sub due north. Big city and lots of traffic. The EOT flashes away on the bottom end of M502. About 30 minutes later, the scanner lit up again, this time a train coming from the north, due south for a crew change in Gregsville. CSX I-011, a hotshot intermodal with high priority loads bound for the intermodal ramp in Roseburg. Led by CSX ES40DC number 5262, the hotshot knocks down a high green at every ounce of track speed. I switched to a high FOV shot here just to show how fast this thing was moving. Not the fastest I've seen on this division, but definitely moving at a pretty good click. I always love the sound of a high-speed intermodal as the wheels roar by. Take a listen. The mid-train DPU comes over the hill next, in full Notch 8. The train snakes up and over the small hill to our south. This end of the siding sits in a small sag nestled into the rolling hills. At 60 miles an hour, the EOT flies by, only about 90 miles to Roseburg. We head back south into downtown Gregsville. We set up at West Gregsville Junction on, you guessed it, the west side of the yard, just in time to see CSX M488 creeping out of the yard. M488 takes West 2 to the main line. Behind us is the main line from Gregsville on to Quinton and eventually Erin Yard. M488 consists of Rose Yard traffic that has been sorted here in Gregsville and is bound for the Erin classification yard later this evening. The section of main line running next to the West 1 and West 2 connection tracks also carries Norfolk Southern as well, as we'll see later. Norfolk Southern combines trackage with CSX way south in Roseburg, running all the way to and through Gregsville before splitting back onto home rails at River Junction, just to our north. As we look north towards the West Gregsville control point, we see another set of headlights on Main 1, CSX I-197, southbound intermodal traffic for Rose Yard. Led by CSX ES40DC number 5204, the train thunders by on what is now Main 2. The cityscape looks over the bustling rail line day and night. I-197 makes sure he's running every bit of track speed, which on this section of the line is about 60. As we zoom the camera in to our north, we can see M488 making his way from West 2 to Main 1. As the bottom end of I-197 clears the depot here in West Gregsville, so too does the bottom end of M488, still creeping along at about 10 miles per hour to stay within the yard speed restrictions. As the bottom end clears us, M488 begins his journey north along the Q&E. And unfortunately, I think that's about all the time we have for you guys today. I appreciate you guys for being so patient. I've been going through a lot of personal stuff this last year or so, but I think I'm finally getting my YouTube legs back under me. So if you don't mind, like, comment, subscribe, all that normal YouTube stuff, whatever you feel like doing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.